next.
On Your Pittsburgh, the cool local company making stuff every new mom will want. Even Hollywood moms are buying it.
Move over David Blaine. Wait until you see local illusionist Mike Super in action and how he wowed Susan Copen.
Take a look without even touching you.
Do you know what kombucha is? Some say it's delicious and good for you. I'm Sarah Arbogast. Why more and more Pittsburghers are giving it a try thanks to a local company.
You wanted to know, so we're answering. What's the deal with our colorful beltways?
I've noticed them before. I really don't know what they mean.
How our search for answers actually led to this. Oh, I did it! I did it!
Plus, how a Pittsburgh company could keep you from ever having to wait for a table at a restaurant again.
And speaking of restaurants, Kimberly and I check out a local one that transports you to Paris.
Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup.
From KDKA-TV, this is Your Pittsburgh with Kimberly Gill and David Highfield.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Your Pittsburgh.
We all know Pittsburgh was built on steel, but now we have high-tech, education, healthcare, and in the last decade, we've seen a lot of businesses just starting out.
That we have. In fact, last year we were named one of 10 great cities for starting a business. 36 startups were created at Carnegie Mellon alone.
So tonight, we have some success stories. They're very different, but what they have in common is people who are willing to bet on themselves and bet on Pittsburgh.
So we start with a company whose products have attracted the attention of Hollywood.
Movie star moms Jennifer Garner and Drew Barrymore are seen in magazines with it. The crowd on Ellen was wowed by it. It's called the origami stroller. It folds out and back up with the push of a button.
And there it goes down.
Yep.
Just like that.
Yep.
It's made by a company right here in Pittsburgh called Four Moms. Despite the name, the business was actually started by these two guys. One's an engineer, a CMU grad, the other a businessman.
They decided that they could use technology to make everyday life for parents easier.
And as for that high-tech stroller,
It's like the BMW of strollers.
it has a screen that lets you know the speed you're going and the temperature. It even has headlights.
There's also generators in the rear wheels. So as you're pushing the stroller is actually charging itself. Yeah.
And you can even charge your cell phone with it. They also make this fold-up playpen.
Ours is special because it's one touch open, one touch fold. So it works like this, and it's locked down and open.
And some hospitals make use of their Mama-Roo, which mimics how a mom soothes a baby.
If you watch a mom, she bounces and sways when she's holding her kid.
It has 5 different motions, including one that's like riding in a car. Some of their products are pricey. The stroller is the most expensive at $850, but sales are through the roof. They've gone from 18 employees to 115 at their headquarters in the Strip District. It's a laid-back workspace where people can even bring their pets.
When you really feel like you're more of a family, then you do better work.
Oh my goodness, oh, that feels really good.
Across town in Lawrenceville, a smaller business that's big on love.
Oh, good job.
Veterinarian Eileen Ruiz opened the Big Easy Animal Hospital 3 years ago.
I never envisioned of owning my own clinic at all. Never. It was not part of the plan. It just happened.
It just happened after Hurricane Katrina forced Ruiz to leave her home in New Orleans. The clinic where she worked was destroyed, so she came to Pittsburgh to stay with a friend. She admits to being depressed at first, but says Pittsburghers welcomed her.
Mardi Gras days, they would bring me cakes and beads and whatnot. It's just extremely supportive.
Eventually, she opened her own clinic in the neighborhood that makes her feel most at home.
The only place that I could find something that would resemble my home in New Orleans was in Lawrenceville.
She employs 12 people, including her mother, and has attracted a loyal following of customers.
See what your teeth look like.
Like Amy's owner, who makes quite a trip to bring her here.
I now drive a half an hour to get here, where it used to take me 5 minutes, but the trip is well worth it.
Finally, no wait, it's a free app created right here that's just gone national and could save you from ever having to stand in line at a restaurant again.
The killer feature is, hey, I can get in line. I hit this button, and it asks you how many people are in your party, and then bam, you're on their wait list.
That's right, you don't even have to be there to get on the wait list. You get a text message when your table is ready, and these little stick figures show the progress you're making in line.
We used to use this to take people's names.
But now Pamela's Diner uses it and says customers appreciate not having to just stand there and wait.
They love it. Like our regulars now on the weekends, they're like,
We love this so much better.
Burgatory, Mad Mex, the Bettis Grill, and TGI Fridays are among a growing list of restaurants in our area that are on board.
It's so exciting as an entrepreneur to see an idea come to life.
Rob Meyer showed me around the company's headquarters in Oakland.
I really like, honestly, the people of Pittsburgh and the environment here.
No Wait started with 4 founders, but has now grown to more than 24 employees, and millions of customers have been seated using the app. He expects it won't be a long wait before No Wait is used by millions more.
And these businesses say they love being able to hire local folks from our universities and colleges in the area.
Yeah, that's a great asset. And something else we have are these business incubators, which actually help nurture businesses that are just starting out. And owning a business is hard, so that's a great thing.
Sure, indeed. Taking Pittsburgh to the next level there, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Well, what you need is a great idea to start a new business, and these next folks have one. Have you heard of something called Kombucha?
Well, if you haven't, it's a type of drink that's been around for a while, but a company right here in the Burgh is helping to make it more popular.
So we sent Sarah Arbogast on a taste testing mission, and tell us, what'd you think of this?
Yeah, this is a drink that has a really unique taste. Kombucha is basically a fermented tea, and like a lot of people, I had never even heard of it before. So I learned quite a bit on this story.
You can buy it by the bottle or on tap at various places, including Franctuary in Lawrenceville.
It's a distinct flavor.
It sure is. I gave it a try myself. I had a swig of all 3 Red Star kombuchas. Original green, 1877, filled with robust black tea and lemon, and my favorite.
That's really good.
Ginger bush, a mix of ginger and hibiscus flowers.
When people ask me, what's it like? I don't know what to say because I've never had anything like it.
After brewing the green tea-based drink at home for years, Naomi Ott launched Red Star with the help of a friend.
I started making more of it. I started giving it to my friends and then selling it to my friends and then selling it to strangers.
Now production happens here inside a building in Point Breeze. It all starts with green tea and sugar in these giant glass jars, which may look a little strange inside, but
this is the important part. This is the kombucha culture here. So it's a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast.
The drink ferments for about a week and then it's bottled or kegged. Then it ages for a couple more weeks, and in the end, it has about a 2% alcohol content. And there's something else. Some say it's actually good for you, especially when it comes to digestion. There are vitamins, probiotics, even enzymes.
We basically say if it makes you feel good, then drink more of it.
Red Star is one of only a few kombucha brewers in the entire country, and of course I brought you guys some to try out.
Thank you.
Kimberly, you have one with hibiscus and ginger, and yours has black tea and lemon.
Now, this will make me drunk, Sarah.
It won't.
Oh, it has like a sparkly thing to it.
It has that carbonation.
Yeah.
Mine smells like soap. It tastes good. It's really smooth going down. It's just really...
Right, let me see. Here's the ginger. Oh, see, I love the way that smells.
It smells like flowers and...
Yeah, I like that.
This is my favorite out of the 3 that I tested.
Yeah. Okay. Now, where can you get this?
You can get this pretty much at any beer distributor. It's also sold in some of the Giant Eagle market districts, so a lot of places.
All right.
Very good. Now we know about kombucha.
There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, Sarah.
Still to come, the magic man who's getting national attention, and he's from right in our area.
How does he do that?
See what he did that amazed Susan Copen.
A trendy new store is about to open its first Pittsburgh location, and it already sells something Steelers fans will love.
If you're a fan of local brews, wait till you see the place that just opened.
Pizza goes well with beer, and while this may sound like an unusual recipe,
we add mashed potatoes, 2 types of cheddar cheese.
We'll show you where you can taste the delicious result that was named best in the state.
And after the break,
the blue belt,
the red belt,
the green belt.
You can even get a t-shirt of your favorite belt. But do you know the story behind our colorful beltways? That's coming up.
Welcome back, everybody. It's time to answer your questions. We call this segment You Wanted to Know.
Yeah, last time we asked, do you want to know about Pittsburgh's really skinny buildings and whether one of them is skinny enough for a world record?
Or did you want to know about Allegheny County's color-coded beltways? How did the belt system come to be, and what's its future?
Well, with 79% of the vote, the belt system wins. Now, of course, nowadays, with GPS, maybe the belts don't seem as useful as they used to be, but they do make Pittsburgh very unique. You can't drive very far in Allegheny County without running into one of the belts. That doesn't mean we all pay attention to them. Take the folks at Sunny Jim's Tavern in Kilbuck.
Nobody here ever really directs anybody and says, hey, we're on the belt, we're on the yellow belt, or we're on the red belt.
You're actually on the green belt.
We're on the green belt.
KDKA traffic on the 5.
And when I dropped in on KDKA traffic reporter Bonnie Diver,
Some delays to the tunnels.
I noticed she didn't even mention the belts. You left out the belts. You didn't mention like the orange belt.
I'll make sure to make a note of that. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
Pretty sure that's sarcasm. The truth is, our belts are different than other cities. Instead of being big highways, ours are a hodgepodge of mostly 2-lane roads, which Bonnie learned when she moved here years ago.
We started driving through these neighborhoods and got very confused and a little scared and didn't know where we were going.
To understand our belts, let's go back in time. This map from 1930 shows an early belt system, but the one we know today was developed by a county engineer in the 40s, before the parkways or 79 existed to guide people to the arteries that did exist. The outermost belt is red, then orange, yellow, green, blue, and in the 90s, the purple belt was added downtown, practically identical to the colors of the rainbow, or maybe it reminds you of something else. Karate. I stopped by Steiger's ATA Black Belt Academy in Westview to get a look at their belt system.
And then the red belt, which is right before our final belt, which is the black belt.
But what does he think of Allegheny County's belts?
I do not use the belts, although my parents did use the belts frequently.
Indulge me here, because before we left, I just had to ask one more thing. Could you break something for us?
Sure, I can break anything you'd like.
He even got me to give it a try. Oh, I did it! I did it! Okay, let's get back on track, which the belts can still help you to do. Just ask the folks at Salon Vivace in Treesdale, who give directions using the red belt.
That puts you on the red belt, and you follow the red belt across Route 19, just a sign pointing to the red belt.
Fortunately for them, the county says the belts are not going away. After all, they're part of Pittsburgh, and we've grown fond of them.
Oh no, I like them.
We found you can even buy t-shirts online of your favorite belt.
I love the red belt.
The green belt's better, obviously.
I still think Pittsburgh's kind of hard to navigate with all the twists and turns and hills, even with the parkways, but I could see how something like this was useful back in the day. That's just fascinating to know what it's all about.
I think so too, and I got you something. Look at
surprise.
this. Yes, you saw those t-shirts. This one is for you.
Oh, red. I look good in red.
You do. You look good in
That's
every
what people
color.
say.
And you know what? And I have the yellow belt
That's
t-shirt.
very cool. Where can you get these?
Zazzle.com is where we found these. And you know, in the course of doing this story, I found out lots of people thought that the belt system was part of some sort of an evacuation route. The county tells me there's really no evidence of that, but I think it's cool that they're going to keep it up and they're not going away.
Another thing that makes Pittsburgh unique, as you said.
Absolutely.
Very good.
Still to come, maybe you've seen him on national television, the local illusionist who's showing Susan Copen a trick or two.
How does this happen?
Plus, the new technology that could keep you from ever getting a parking ticket again.
It was named Best in the State. Find out what sets this unusual pizza apart.
Pittsburgh is like a little Paris.
And we check out a local French restaurant where Kimberly and I just couldn't agree on the best dish.
Get the salmon. Get the salmon.
I'm saying get the beef.
You're watching Your Pittsburgh on KDKA-TV with Kimberly Gill and David Highfield.
Welcome back, everyone. You can call him a magician or an illusionist, or he calls himself a mystifier. But after you see this, you're probably going to call him amazing.
Mike Super is somebody you may have seen on national TV, but it turns out he's from right here in our area. Susan Copen introduces us to the Magic Man.
Well before he was on Ellen, making Ellen DeGeneres magically appear, well before he won the NBC reality show Phenomenon by doing things like poking a voodoo doll with unbelievable results.
You let them know when you feel it. Let them know. Did you feel that? Yes?
Mike Super was a little kid in Clairton with a love for magic.
You would spend how many hours looking at this?
Oh, every night for years.
He still has the magic book his parents bought him at the age of 6, By the age of 12, he was getting paid to perform.
I was going to my friends' birthday parties, but they were also hiring me to do a magic show at their birthday parties. So that was kind of when I realized, hey, I could make money doing this.
In addition to his TV appearances, he's now a frequent headliner on Disney cruises. His neighbors in Washington County know him for a Halloween display that looks like crimes are being committed.
I'm gonna fold it, but not so small that you still can't see it. Watch.
His tricks, like turning this dollar bill inside out, are mesmerizing.
I'm standing right here watching, and I don't know how that's done.
As adults, we're trained to think a certain way, and you just use people's psychology against them.
Like when he had me sign 2 different cards with my first and last name.
I'm gonna place them both between your hand and put your other hand on top. Now watch, a little bit of magic this time.
Somehow, those 2 cards became 1. And how about this trick?
Queen of Hearts.
You want the Queen of Hearts?
Queen of Hearts, yes.
I put my name on a card and then put it in my mouth. Mike did the same. And after he touched my hand,
switched.
That card never left my mouth.
Mike's fans often ask him how his tricks are done.
They get upset when I can't, but it's, you know, the magician's code.
It's code.
It's code.
You can't tell people how it's done, right?
Dude, I can't.
When he's not performing mind-blowing tricks for audiences around the world, Mike is a husband and father.
My wife is so tired of magic. I can't even explain it to you because it's truly all I do.
And even though his managers have tempted him to move to LA for his job, Mike says Pittsburgh is home.
I'm a Pittsburgher. I'm an East Coaster. LA's a great place, but not for me to live. I love it here.
Oh, and it was great fun hanging out with him, learning all of his tricks, and I'm going to keep this card.
That is just amazing.
Can I look at this?
Yeah, it's my souvenir.
And it's just 1. Oh my goodness.
It's 1.
That
Not
is
glued
just amazing.
together, it is 1 card.
He actually taught you some sort of trick, right?
He did. He taught me this really cool card trick. So I've been wandering around the newsroom doing my trick.
I've been seeing it.
And it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, if you see Susan Copeland coming at you with a deck of cards, you know what you're in for.
A new career as a magician. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you're not going to leave us and go to magician school
No,
or something.
but I am addicted to some magic, so I'm going to learn some more tricks. Watch out.
It was very cool. Thank you, Susan.
Thanks, Susan.
Well, some well-known retail stores are coming to Pittsburgh.
If you want to avoid a parking ticket, there's now an app for that.
And a cool new place to enjoy a local brew.
Some of what's happening as we check out what's new in the Burgh.
Popular jewelry store Alex & Ani will open its first Pittsburgh location on Walnut Street in Shadyside. All their stuff's made in America, and online they already sell a Steelers logo charm bracelet.
Cool hip furniture retailer West Elm is also opening its first Pittsburgh store in September. It'll be in Bakery Square in East Liberty.
Also in East Liberty, Pittsburgh's first Whole Foods location is about to get a lot bigger. Plans are to build a second floor, expand the first, and build a new parking deck.
And speaking of parking, people in Latrobe can use an app to pay when they park at a meter. You even get a text if your time is almost up. Pittsburgh is now looking at similar technology.
Kennywood is getting its first sit-down restaurant in years. Johnny Rockets is moving into the historic Carousel building. The chain is known for burgers, shakes, and fries.
There are more and more beer makers in our area, and now there's a tavern that only serves local brews. The Independent Brewing Company just opened in Squirrel Hill. They pair beer with cheese and chocolate trays and even serve it in cocktails.
Finally, it's been named the best pizza in Pennsylvania. The Pierogi Pizza at Joey O's in Greensburg. The Zagat Restaurant Guide bestowed the honor for a pie that has a layer of potatoes, 3 types of cheeses, and caramelized onions.
It took about 10 years for it to really catch on, and then once it did, it just goes crazy.
Ooh, that pierogi pizza looked really good. Did you get to try it?
I did get to try it. And well, they had me at the mashed potatoes because I'm a big fan of mashed potatoes. But the crust is also, it's like a pie crust. It was really good.
I wonder if they will deliver to KDKA.
Maybe.
We'll have to ask them. We'll have to check on that. Okay, so now that we're good and hungry, it's time to eat.
Yes, Kimberly and I are heading to Paris. Well, almost Paris. We will take you to a local restaurant that prides itself on giving you an authentic French experience. Stay with us.
Hey,
Hey, it's Jackie Evanko.
I'm Billy Porter.
Hi, I'm Brett Michaels.
Hi, this is Billy Gardell.
Here we go, Max! From Pittsburghers who have made it big to the questions about our region you want answered.
There's a fourth river and it's underground and nobody knows about it.
We cover what's new and exciting in the city. Contact us at kdka.com/yourpittsburgh or reach us on Facebook or Twitter. We want to know what you want to see. After all, our program is called
Your Pittsburgh.
Your Pittsburgh.
Your Pittsburgh.
Your Pittsburgh. Welcome back, everyone. You know, a trip to Paris can be expensive, but a trip to East Liberty, much more affordable.
Tonight we visit a restaurant with a French flavor that will make you feel like you've traveled halfway around the world.
Packed with plenty of Parisian tones, Paris 66 feels just like a French brasserie.
Merci beaucoup. Did I say it right?
I guess. I don't know.
Obviously, David and I don't speak French, but we were greeted with plenty of bonjours.
I want them to think that they are in France. The music, the people who work here, everybody is French.
We started with hors d'oeuvres, or what you'd normally call appetizers.
I wish you could try it at home.
Even though it was dinner time, we still ordered the buckwheat crepes loaded with ham, eggs, and cheese.
Do you mind if I dip mine in the egg a little bit?
No.
I'm just gonna dip it.
I don't mind that at all.
Next up, mussels and French fries, or as they say in Paris, moulet and frites. It made both our mouths water.
We're going through these bad boys pretty quickly.
And there's good reason to eat them fast. The au jus at the bottom is delicious. The main course didn't disappoint either. The salmon was prepared to perfection.
Get the salmon. Get the salmon.
And the beef bourguignon was bursting with flavor.
I kind of like the beef better. I'm saying get the beef.
And for the grand finale, take a look at this selection of pastries. Bon appetit.
Indeed, a great place. You should check it out if you have some time. We, though, are out of time.
Yeah, that's going to do it for this edition of Your Pittsburgh. From all of us here, thanks for watching.
And we'll see you next time, everybody.
Roll A is off. We're out. That's a wrap, everybody. Good job.